Okay, so the first thing I want to do again, draw a ray that is longer than the longest segment up there. What do you think I'm going to call? Look at all the points up here on the angle and on the line segments. What do you think I'm going to call this endpoint? A. Yep, here we go. There's A. Let's go back up. Which one do you want to copy? It's really up to you. You can copy line segment AB or line segment AC. It does not matter. And this is just a personal choice. I always start with the longest one, but that's just a personal choice. You do not have to. All right, you do not have to. Your triangle will come out just fine if you copy AB first. So if you wanted the challenge, go right ahead. Jeez, are you kidding? Look at this. I can't even. Anybody else having this issue with AC? No, just me? Great. Well, I'm going to have a shorter line segment, but that's okay. So come on down. Again, this is all review now. Put your compass point on A. Make an arc through the ray. And I'm going to call that point C, because that's AC. Everyone have one of the line segments copied on the ray. Now let's copy the angle. Okay, let's copy the angle. Ooh, what was the first step? Copying an angle. We got our ray drawn. That's done. Anybody remember? This is great review. Anybody remember? Next step, copy of the angle. Come on, dig deep. Where do I have to put my compass point over on the angle I'm copying? Not on one of the rays, no. Amanda. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I had a brain freeze there. Go ahead, Kate, go ahead. The vertex, yep. So put it on vertex A, and remember you want to swing an arc that intersects in two spots. Ready? Go down, bring it down to your ray. And I'll do different colors here. Make that arc through your ray. And we go back up to the angle A I'm copying. Anybody remember now where we put our compass? Okay, now what I'm going to do, you have 2 points of intersection right up here. You are going to measure that distance from each point of intersection with your compass. No markings are needed. No markings. I'm going to measure that distance with my compass. And then I bring it back down, and anybody remember, I said don't fall into the trap. Anybody remember where I put my compass point now to finish copying this angle? Do I put it on A, or do I put it on where the arc intersected the ray? A, or where the arc intersected the ray? Where the arc intersected the ray. So I'm going to put my compass point right here and make an arc so that intersects the first one. Draw in angle A now with your straight edge. What's the only thing now I have left? I have AC on my triangle. I have angle A. The only thing I still need is what? Side AB. Now I'm going to make you think. Where on this diagram do you think I'm going to put side AB? It's got to be a triangle. Does it make sense to put AB down here? No, I'm not going to have three sides. Where do you think I'm going to put and copy AB? Frank? From here? So you want me to go here to here? Hey, guys, look, ready? I have side AC. I have angle A. I am trying to make a triangle. Where do you think this is going to go to finish the triangle? Please help, James. Where on the top? Where am I going to put my compass and swing an arc? I don't know. Are we not seeing this? Here's AC. Here's angle A. Joanna, help. And make an arc on the ray I just made. Does everybody see that? That will form three sides now. So I'm going to go back up. Measure the length of AB. I'm still going to put it on A, yes. But I'm going to copy it onto the ray I just made. Right there. And I'm going to call that point. What am I going to call this? For me, anyway. Point. Does everyone see where the triangle is going to be? You got to make it in one more line segment for me, though. What line segment do I have to draw in now? I have AC. I have angle A. I have AB. How do I finish this triangle? Because none are on my diagram right now. Where's this triangle going to be? BC. There we go. There it is. So you have a triangle. It's got three sides. Does it have side AC? Yes. Does it have angle A? Yes. Does it have AB? Yes. Questions? All right, let's go. You guys know where all these are too, if you need to go back and take a look. Go ahead, read through example 2. I don't want to read it for you. Okay, here we go. The first thing I need to just touch upon, it's asking me to construct an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is what? A triangle that all three sides are congruent. And anybody know anything else? Yes, all three sides are congruent and all three angles are congruent. Okay, so I need to make a triangle where all three sides are congruent right now. But all three sides have to have the length of the diagonal of that rectangle. What's a diagonal? Diagonal? C to A or D to B. Okay, so take your straight edge right now. Let's draw in C to A or D to B. Some of you may be wondering, well, isn't it going to matter which way I draw it? And the answer is no, because listen, in a rectangle, both diagonals are congruent. Okay, and we'll learn that when we start the quadrilateral unit in a couple months. All right, but it does not matter which diagonal you draw in. Okay, are we ready to construct this equilateral triangle now? Down on ray R. Okay, because that's where it's got to go. Okay, so what do you think I got to do first with my compass? If every side has to have the length of the diagonal. Probably a good idea to take my compass and measure that diagonal. Yep, go ahead and measure that diagonal. And then probably copy it down on the ray, right? Okay, so go ahead, copy it down on the ray. So take that, copy it down on the ray. There you go. Copy that line segment. What do you know about all three sides? They're all going to be the same. So do I need to go back up and copy that again? No, as long as you didn't play around with your compass, it should still be the same opening, yes? So all I'm going to do now is, okay, I just copied it from R. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the point of intersection here and make it intersect this first arc. Now take a look at mine, everyone. Take a look. Do you see how mine's not going to intersect? So that's not a problem. You didn't do anything wrong. What do I have to go back and do? With this arc, what do I have to go back and do? Make it longer, extend that sucker. All right, so if your two arcs are not intersecting, go back to the original one and just extend it. Make it a little longer. Then you can come over to the point of intersection. Whew, got it. No need, you just need to measure it once. You don't need to keep going back and measure it. And some of you are picking up where this triangle is going to be, so go ahead. From vertex R to the point of intersection. Do you see two of the sides at least right now? Here's one side, two sides. Where's the third side going to come from? Talk to me here. Where's the third side of this equilateral triangle going to come from? Because ready? I got one side here. I got one side here now. Where's the third? Because, hey, I hate to break it to people. This isn't a side of a triangle. That's an arc. I need a line segment, please. Need a line. Where's it going to come from? Talk to me. Where's it going to come from? Point of intersection to where this arc intersected the ray. There it is. And this is what's great about this. You can check if you're right or not. If you haven't moved your compass, take your compass and make sure all three sides have the length of that diagonal you opened it up to. It's a great check. It's an awesome check. You know you did the construction right if all those are the same length for your opening of your compass. Can anybody put some markings on there that says it's an equilateral triangle? All sides are congruent? What markings can I put on? The hash marks, the congruent marks, yep. We good? Questions? Same construction now. Somehow I want you to create me a 30-degree angle using your compass and straight edge. It's exactly 30. I don't want a 90, I don't want a 60, I want a 30-degree angle. How can I do that? Go back up to the definition right now. Yes, all of the sides are congruent, but so are all the angles. So I'm going to challenge you right now. What is each angle measure in any equilateral triangle? Do you know how many degrees total in any triangle there are? Oh, in any triangle, there's how many degrees total? 180. And we just told you guys that all three are congruent. Meaning, in any equilateral triangle, what is the measure of one angle? 60. So right now, you have three 60-degree angles up here. How can I go from 60 to a 30 now? Something we've already done, we've already talked about. Joanna, go ahead. If I cut the 60 in half, do we know how to cut the 60 in half? Well, let me rephrase that. Have we gone over that? You may not remember, but yes. So we're going to take any of these angles right now, you pick, because they're all 60, and we're going to cut it in half. We're going to bisect it. Does everyone see that? Okay, first step to bisecting. reviewing now. This is all review. Pick an angle you're going to bisect. I'm going to do angle R, but you can do whatever angle you want. Put your compass point on the vertex of the angle you are about to bisect. Make an arc through that angle. That intersects twice. Now you go to each point of intersection on the angle. And remember, this is where you draw your two arcs above it. The next two arcs should intersect each other, but they do not need to intersect the first one, remember. So above here, probably need to make that one longer. Go down the other point of intersection. And just label one of them. Both of them are 30, but just label one of them as 30 degrees. Yep. Nope. You made that one arc. Now you go down into these 2 points of intersection. And then make an arc out in front of this one. Okay, but here you go. It's got like out in front. See how I have them? There you go. Now go to the other point of intersection. Those two need to intersect. Okay, so if you need to make that first one longer, feel free. Anybody need any assistance here? Showing you a lot, but I haven't shown you anything new. Yes. Right behind there. Make sure it's the honors one. Any questions, comments, or concerns about this? Yep. What circle thing? Okay, put your compass point here or here. Make an arc out in front of this one that you just made. Then go to the other point of intersection. Make the two intersect. Draw your line segment. Draw your ray through there now. You made a 30-degree angle. Other questions? So I'm hopefully, it's a wake-up call here. Hey, I got to practice these darn things for Monday. Okay, and I don't need to give you review questions for it. I do not need to give you review questions. All you need to do is sit down, draw yourself an angle and say, can I copy it? Draw yourself an angle and say, can I bisect it? Give yourself two segments and an angle. Can you make a triangle out of it? This is nothing I can give you for a review. Right? It's just something you sit down and say, can I do it or not? And if you can't, you access all the videos we have available. Any issues? Okay. Let's do this. A couple new vocabulary terms. Last day. Perpendicular bisector. You can go ahead and read through it. It could be a line segment, or a ray, but what's it do? It's perpendicular to the line segment and bisects it. What's bisects mean to us? It cuts it in half. So not only does it cut it in half, but it also forms what's perpendicular again from yesterday? It bisects the line and forms a right angle. Here we go. Let's see if we can draw it first, then we'll use our compass. EF is the perpendicular bisector of CD. Draw segment CD. Now, I want you to draw in EF for me, but EF is a perpendicular bisector. It should be perpendicular to CD and bisecting it. All right, cutting it in half. And I want to see the correct markings that say it's perpendicular and that it's bisected. All right, so go ahead, draw EF in right now, eyeball it. All right, we don't need a compass and a straight edge yet. All right, eyeball it, draw in line EF right now. Show me it's perpendicular, show me it bisects by putting on the correct markings right now. Let's do this. Some of you guys are stopping at CD, but I asked for line EF. So there should be lines. There should be arrows on everything you're drawing right now on EF. Okay, don't put F right on CD. All right, it's got to be a line that goes through it. You could have put, hey, a lot of you guys put F there, that's fine, but make sure it's a line. Keep it going. A lot of you just gave me a ray. All right, keep it going. What markings did you put on for that it's perpendicular? Right angle symbol somewhere. What markings did you put on that it's also a bisector? That's what your diagram should look like. It's a perpendicular bisector. Do we see that? Now, my next challenge question then. Name that point. And I don't mean point A or point P. Give me a vocabulary term. If this bisects that segment, it must go through the blank of the CD. Midpoint. That right here is the midpoint of CD. The perpendicular bisector will go through the midpoint of any line segment. Because if it cuts it in half, it's got to go through the midpoint. Why am I telling you that? Because I am not going to show you a new construction how to do the perpendicular bisector. Where does the perpendicular bisector go through again? The segments. Have we gone over how to find a midpoint using constructions? It was on your quiz and we reviewed it. How do I find the midpoint again? Put your compass point on one of the endpoints. Open it up what? More than halfway. Yep. More than half the distance of the line segment. Make a good size arc. Keep your same opening of your compass and go where now? Go where now? The other endpoint. Then line up your straight edge. You guys never knew this because I didn't tell you because we weren't at this point yet, but when you drew that line through, what were you drawing now when you drew that line through? That's the what? That's the perpendicular bisector. All right? And again, I'm going to harp on this. Mark it. This shows me nothing right now. That's a perpendicular bisector. I need that it's perpendicular and it's a bisector. If you want to label that point right there, feel free. It's up to you. Everyone see that? So we've done this before. You just didn't know it was called a perpendicular bisector, but now we do. Questions? Okay, draw a picture for the following. Be sure to mark your diagram. XY bisects AB. Does it say perpendicular? Does it say perpendicular at all? No. So it doesn't have to be perpendicular, but XY does have to do what to AB? Cut it in half. Let's see if you can draw it on your own. Let's see if you can draw it on your own. So you got two segments, XY and AB. XY is cutting AB in half. So let me see if you can draw the correct diagram and put the correct markings on. No compass needed. This is just a sketch. Draw. XY, segment XY is cutting segment AB in half. There's one version up there. Because did I say it needed to be perpendicular? No, so it could have came in any angle. Just it had to go through the what of XY. It had to go through the midpoint. It did not have to be perpendicular. Okay? Go over here now. Go over here. AB bisects XY. I can have the same diagram, can I? Except where are my congruent marks going to be now? AB bisects XY. My congruent marks won't be here. They'll be where? On XY. Okay, same thing. So I'm just going to draw the exact same diagram. But now, since XY is being cut in half, I'm going to put the congruent marks on XY. Questions, comments? Okay, can we construct it now? Construct a line, so put arrows on it, that cuts AB in half, but it's got to go through X. It's got to go through X. Okay. Does it say perpendicular bisector? No, because that wouldn't make any, because here's what it would look like, but it wouldn't go through what point I need. It wouldn't go through X. But we're still going to do the same construction right now. All right, so go ahead, find in the midpoint, because remember, our bisector will still go through the midpoint of AB. So find the midpoint of AB right now. If you want to draw in the perpendicular bisector, you can. Or if you just want to line up your straight edge and mark the midpoint, that's fine. And how do I make the line that goes through X now? Because I don't want to draw this. That doesn't go through X. Now what do? I know it's going to go through the midpoint and it's got to go through X. So what am I going to do with my straight edge? Line them up. Go ahead, line them up. And draw in line AB. And correct markings on your diagram if you forgot. Oh, just that bisect. I don't want to call that AB. I thought calling it AB. We can call it whatever we want. Not AB. C, D. Okay. I did not get to everything I wanted to, so I need to adjust the homework right now. The homework is in the packet. We can do those. Okay, the only thing I want you to just do 1 through 4, not 1 through 5. Okay, so do 1 through 4 for me, please. All right, 1 through 4. All right, don't do number 5. Everything else, Yeah, that's fine. We should be good. Okay, 1 through 4. Stop by if you need review with these constructions.